Hey everyone, welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. You're probably thinking, your girl's got a different look going on, and I certainly do, and that is because we are trying something new on this channel. It is going to be crime and crafting. I thought it would be perfect for a Halloween DIY to join Halloween DIY crafting with true crime. Now, this is my first time ever doing this, so cut me some slack if I am a hot mess here. But you guys, I have been obsessed with true crime, more specifically Bailey Sarian, and I have probably binge watched her channel. I don't know how much. I have watched it every episode more than once, and I know in her first episodes she was like, I don't know if this is going to work. I just like it. So maybe other people will like it. I'm going to go for it. And look where she is today. So she inspired me to do this video because I was like, I love me some crafting, but lately I've been super addicted to true crime too. And I'm like, maybe there's people out there that love true crime, but don't necessarily love makeup, or love true crime, but they don't want to just sit and watch somebody talk about it. So I was like, let me get my two passions and bring them together and do crime and crafting. So here we are, crime and crafting. I will be doing a Halloween DIY. I will put measurements and any supplies I use down in the description box for you. I will not be walking you through this DIY, as I will be telling you a true crime story. Anything that I have watched about the story or news articles or anything like that, I will also list in the description box if you want to find out more information about the story, the true crime story, I guess you can say. And I'm really nervous, so cut me some slack even recording this part. Okay, so you guys, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. Please let me know your thoughts, and humongous disclaimer. This is not for our little rainbow unicorns that may usually be sitting with you when you watch my videos. This is definitely for the nighttime unicorns. And I highly advise that our little rainbow unicorns are not watching this video today. Again, disclaimer, this will be about murder and mystery, and there will be details that may not be suitable for people 18 and younger. So let's get started, I guess. Oh, I'm so scared. Why are you so scared? Because I don't know if I could talk and craft at the same time. Basically, I don't know. This is so nerve-wracking. Okay, you guys, so I'm just going to spill the beans, and I am going to talk to you guys like I am talking to friends. Like, I just found out all this information, and I'm so like, and I'm telling my friend about it. I'm going to try my best to get the facts right. I've done a lot of research on this, so we are going to be doing a Halloween DIY today. Super easy, super basic. I'm starting easy with this one. So we are going to talk about the almost famous YouTuber, Samantha Wohlford. So Samantha was said to be a super sweet, outgoing, motherly child. She ended up actually having two children of her own at a young age. 19, with her high school sweetheart. And soon after that, she would meet who would become her husband, which was Ernie Ibarra. So Ernie Ibarra and Samantha, they were said to have met at a tattoo shop in 2008. And her sister said they seemed like they would be soulmates. She was the perfect kind of crazy, and he was the perfect kind of calm, and the two just worked together very well. So they got together. They did get married in 2011, I think it is. They ended up, Ernie and Samantha, they ended up getting pregnant with another set of twins. You guys, what is the chances of having two sets of twins? Probably high, right? Because if it's like already in your genes, it's probably pretty likely. Anyways, so they had another set of twins. And at this time, Samantha and Ernie are together. Samantha is said to have been working at home, and Ernie was working 2 jobs to help support the family. Now, Samantha at the time has a YouTube channel, and you guys, her YouTube channel is still active and it's still live to this day, which I thought was kind of odd, but then again, I mean, I don't know, would YouTube take it off the air? I don't know. But she started a YouTube channel, and she would just go on there. You guys can check it out, and I'll put some stuff in here for you guys. She would go on there and basically just talk about her life. YouTube was a lot different than it is. Like now, it's really oversaturated. There's tons of people on. When Samantha was doing it, it was not like that at all. So even just like the editing, like how people do thumbnails now and like all that stuff, it wasn't, you know. Oh, and let me tell you, this is like 2000, I know it happened in 2015, sorry guys. But anyways, you could go on there, and Samantha is, like I said, very outgoing. She shares a lot about her life, her opinions. She reads a lot of like articles and gives the opinions. Her children are on her YouTube channel as well, which is super common nowadays. That's not a shock. And yeah, she just seemed like a normal everyday girl. She liked doing makeup tutorials, and they were just like shorter videos, but she wanted to be YouTube famous. She wanted to make money by doing YouTube. And this is what she would tell Ernie, her husband. And just to kind of give you a background, Ernie Ibarra was a young man. He was said to have like loved books. He was super smart. He could take a computer and completely deconstruct it and then put it back together. He was a smart man, a good father and a husband. At least that's what some people would say, and it's truly sad. But he ended up, like I said, he worked 2 jobs to take care of the family, and Samantha stayed at home. Now, they ended up having another child. So in total now they have 5 children at home. Samantha's at home, he's working, and Samantha tells Ernie that she wants to focus on YouTube. She wants to make this her career, and she thinks it could happen. So Ernie supports her and says, okay, go ahead, do it. Now, Ernie wasn't as social as Samantha was. Ernie was more of, what do I want to say? I don't want to say secluded, not secluded. He was just, he was more of a private person. He didn't want his entire life, out there for everybody to see. And to be honest, it became kind of like Samantha's whole life. That's kind of what YouTube, that's what happens when you film on YouTube. It kind of becomes your whole life. But anyways, so he was getting frustrated with her. She was getting frustrated with him because he would come home and he would be like, he was a gamer. So he would be doing games and all this stuff. There was one incident where they said that they got in an argument and Samantha got mad because he married like one of the people in a game he was playing or something. So they definitely weren't a perfect couple. They had their, their quarrels. They had their problems, just like every freaking couple does, right? I mean, every couple has, if you say you're perfect, tell me what your secret is, because I would I have been painting this one block for probably what seems like 15 minutes. So anyways, so they're doing well. Like I said, they have their issues, just like every other couple does. They have 5 kids. Remember, 2 of them are not Ernie's, although Ernie was said to, in one of Samantha's videos, to say that he wanted to adopt her 2 other children, which, if that doesn't prove what amazing of a man Ernie was, I don't know what would be. But so now getting into like the nitty gritty here. So on the night of February, I would say the morning of February 20th, 2015, Samantha's mother, I think it was Rosie, you guys. I think that's Samantha's mother's name. Rosie is leaving a karaoke night with her other daughter, and they walk out, and it's around 2 in the morning, I believe, and they get a call, and it's from Samantha. And her mom, yeah, I'm using water for my drink so that my paintbrush does not stiffen up. She says it's a call from Samantha, and the mom starts freaking out because she can't understand what Samantha's saying. She doesn't know what's going on. Of course, it's her daughter, and she's talking to her other daughter that she's with, saying, it's Samantha, I don't know what's going on, like what's happening. And she finally hears Samantha say something like, I'm tied up. I'm tied up. She is, her mom's freaking out. Her mom is quite a bit away from where Samantha lives at this time. And so her mom calls her sister Ginger up to go to the house and see what's going on with Samantha, because she's absolutely freaking out. So she calls her sister, which goes to the house, and her sister walks in. The door is unlocked, and she finds Samantha tied up in her. See, I could have. It had to have been the living room. See, this is where I'm like, I looked it up, but now I'm like, because I'll tell you why I think this, but it had to have been the living room because that's where they brought her. Okay, so her aunt gets there. She finds Samantha tied up, her hands and her feet. Samantha is hysterical, and her aunt asks her, well, she unties her, of course. I mean, she doesn't just leave her there. That would be kind of rude and just weird. She asked her, where are the kids? And she says, the kids are in the room. Of course, she asked her like what happened and all that stuff, but I'm just kind of getting the important part. She said, where are the kids? And she said, they're in the room. She then asks, how did you call your mom? Right? Anybody else? Like, well, yeah, right? Because she was tied up. Her hands were tied up. I believe they were behind her back. Yeah, she was tied up behind her back. And how did you call your mom if your hands were tied up, girl? What's up? So she tells her aunt that she called her mom by scooting her way to the phone and dialing with her nose. Have you guys tried that? Have you guys tried dialing with your nose? Because it is so hard. I tried it on my, first off, you have to, well, then, I don't know, but I'm sure it's pretty similar. Yeah, because I'm like, I had a smartphone back then. Yeah, this isn't too long ago. This was 2015. Having like, you would have to do your code, which if you guys have ever try it after this. If you ever try to do that, you don't know where your nose is going. If you're looking down, I mean, I guess if you like shut one eye, you can maybe do it, but you can't really see where you're going. So that means if she had like a password, she would have to click the password. She would then have to either dial mom's number, which who remembers numbers anymore, or try to find it in the phone book. Either way, I don't know why I'm so hung up on that, but I just can't believe she told them that she dialed with her nose. So her aunt also asked her after this, okay, oh gosh. See, this is where I'm gonna screw y'all up because I didn't even say the most important part. But anyway, she asked her where her car is as well. Samantha says it's fine, it's supposed to be gone, this and that. Well, the most important part I forgot to tell you guys is Ernie is missing. So she says that somebody kidnapped Ernie, her husband. Somebody broke into the house, came into the house, they ripped the covers off of them in bed, they grabbed her, and then the other two, I'll get specifics. The other two end up grabbing Ernie and they start beating him. Well, the one takes Samantha downstairs. She's telling the officers now when they come. And she says that they take her downstairs, they tie her up, then they bring Ernie down, almost like taunting him by putting him in front of her, and then they take off with Ernie, right? So with all this commotion, after she calls her mom, she does call the police. The police come very promptly. I will try. I've seen in other videos that there is, I will link the video, other YouTubers that have done this murder mystery video before, of the actual police footage from that night and her walking the police through the house and saying like, this is what they used to tie me up, which was like a belt from a dress, a like ribbon or something like that, or lace, I forget what it was. And she tells the cops the same thing, that the intruders, you know, ripped the covers off, that they started beating Ernie, and they saw, you know, a little bit of blood in the house, a little bit of hair in the house, but they couldn't see that there was like any forced entry or anything like that. So they take Samantha, you guys, I'm probably not going to even finish this DIY at the rate I'm going. I'm really into talking to you guys about this, and it might be a hot mess, but like I said, it's my first time, right? Okay. So, oh, and let me tell you, this whole time, the kids are in the house, you guys. Well, all of this happened. All 5 of her babies, of his babies, are in that house while this is happening. Okay? And so remember the aunt came in and asked, where are the kids? She said they're sleeping. The kids slept through all of that? I know maybe my girl Everly would, but Ever would be up in a heartbeat. Everly sleeps like a rock. But I'm like, all of the kids stayed asleep while somebody broke into your house, brought you downstairs, was beating your husband. I'm pretty sure your husband wasn't like quiet while he's getting beaten. And then the cops, while they're there, Samantha goes into the room because the kids wake up. I don't know if they wake up on their own or if she wakes them up to check on them. Either way, her mom does come to the house and she takes the children from the home so that they are safe. So the police bring Samantha in for questioning. Now, again, this is February 20th, 2015, okay? So keep that in mind. And they bring her in for questioning. You fly, don't bother me. And she starts telling them basically what I was just saying. She says that she and Ernie were sleeping, that they had a decent, normal evening at home. And then she was awoken by by somebody pulling her blankets down and pulling her out of bed they pull Ernie out of bed and start beating him. And it is said that they also like hit him in the back of the head with a pistol gun. She said that they take her downstairs and tie her up, and that they then bring Ernie downstairs and they are beating him. And she says to the police officers that it seemed like they were taunting him. So, and this whole time she's hysterical. She's, you know, crying and, you know, all this stuff. But she even does little things. I'll try to find the video where it's kind of like she writes a note on like the whiteboard. Dang it, I forget what she says. But it's almost like, really? Really? You okay? No, girl. So I will try to link that. But so she's with them all night. They take her in for questioning, and she's in there with the police officers all night. She first tries to tell the police officers that she thinks it's because Ernie's dad is why they are after Ernie, why somebody came after Ernie and kidnapped him, because I guess his father had been involved in drugs at one point. So people were coming after Ernie to get something back from his father. So this was her theory this entire morning, I guess you can say. So then she ends up, they go to the father's house, and they don't see anything. There's nothing there to indicate that people were after Ernie because of the father. So they come back, they don't find anything. So now it's around 9 in the morning that same day, February 20th. And now all of a sudden, Samantha changes her story. And she tells the police officers, or it could be detectives, you guys, I'm not getting the lingo of that right. Yeah, whatever. She tells, I'm sure it's a detective. We'll say a detective. She tells the detective that she knows who took Ernie. And she didn't want to tell them because she didn't want to get in trouble, or she didn't want, I don't know. She said that she didn't tell them because she didn't want to get in trouble, and they needed to promise her that she wasn't going to get in trouble and that nobody was going to like find out about it and all this stuff. And of course, they're like, yeah, sure, of course, whatever. That she knows who's done it. And she gives them a name. She says that it was a guy by the name of Jonathan Sanford. Just a disclaimer, all of the information in this video might be a little wacky. I will put names and specifics down in the description box for you. Because I could have, I'm pretty sure it was Sanford, and then I wrote right here, Sander, which I don't think that's the case. So, anywho, I don't know how these crime videos work, so hopefully I don't get in trouble for anything. But she says it was this guy, Jonathan, or Johnny Rab is what his nickname was. And she says that she went to the hospital to meet a friend that was in the hospital, and that Johnny was her boyfriend, and they started glue or something on it. They started talking, and she started telling Johnny that Ernie had abused her, put his hands on her. And this was never, ever, confirmed that Ernie touched her in any way, shape, or form during their marriage. The only thing that is said is in a YouTube video when she's holding up cards saying like, I've been hurt and I think abused or something like that. Which I'm not trying to put that off as it's not important whatsoever. There just has never been any facts that this actually happened in their marriage. So she tells this guy, which I don't even, like, you don't even know this guy. You just met him and you're going to tell him about your marriage and that you're, yeah, I don't get it. But anyways, she said that she met him at the hospital when she's visiting her friend. This is her friend's boyfriend. And that she had expressed to him that Ernie had put his hands on her. So he, obviously, she said that he didn't agree with it and that he said that he would take care of it because no man should be putting their hands on a woman and all this stuff. And she's like, I didn't know what, like, he meant by that. And then she says, because remember I told you her aunt asked about her vehicle. Where was her vehicle? Well, she had said that her vehicle, she let Johnny borrow it because he needed a car to pick up his girlfriend the next day or when the surgery was done. So she let this stranger she's never met borrow her car. So she tells the cops where he's at. They bring in Johnny. Well, Johnny, oh, too bad I don't have this plugged in, y'all. Johnny is brought in and Johnny spills the beans, you guys. Johnny is like, he does not hide anything from the cops. He is super vocal about every detail that happened. And he lets it out. First off, why? I mean, they literally closed this case within a day, you guys. Like, just everything that happened. So, Johnny tells the cops, like, no, this wasn't just me. This was planned out. Samantha is a part of it. And so he tells the officers that, yes, they did meet. This did not come out the color that I wanted it. I should have just rubbed some, whatever. She tells, sorry, I got distracted. So he tells the police that, yes, they did meet at the hospital. So she's not a liar there. And that she is telling him that that Ernie has abused her. Again, why is she having these like really personal conversations with some dude she doesn't even know? You got me. So he said that he had expressed to Samantha that he can take care of it because no man should ever touch a woman, which I agree with. But I don't agree with the murder part, so don't quote me. So he said that they end up meeting. They all get together. It's her. This is the night before the murder. The night before the murder. They end up meeting. Samantha, can I just say, when they're meeting and discussing all this, Samantha has her children with her during all of this. Okay. And they go to, gosh, was it, sorry, I have my notes right here. I believe it was Jose Ponce's, I'll probably pronounce everything wrong, house. And they start discussing how they're going to take care of Ernie. What Ernie ever did to Samantha for her to want to murder him, maybe we'll never know. I don't know. But they plan, their first plan, and remember, this is Johnny telling the police officers this. He says that they were initially just going to plant methamphetamines in Ernie's car. And then basically they would have like, it would be kind of like a drug bust. They would plant it in his truck and they would, you know, get the cops to go over there, check his car, and he would be arrested and put away for a drug bust. So this is the initial plan. They even, with Samantha's children, if anything, check, why'd you involve your children in this? They drive 2 cars. They have Samantha's 5 children with them. They drive to Octavius Rhymes' cousin's house. So there's 3 people involved in this. And I hope you guys can hear over this. I guess we'll find out. They go pick up the methamphetamines from Octavius's cousin's house. And then after that is done, Johnny basically tells Samantha, if you want me to really take care of it, leave your front door unlocked tonight. So this goes from, we are just going to plant drugs, not just, that sounded horrible. It went from, we're going to plant drugs on him and get him arrested, to complete murder. So they, oh, that's not go down very well today. So this is, you guys, this is the night that it happens, basically. Like the night before, the day before, like it's just, it blows my mind. Like you made this life-altering decision just like that. Just like that. Like, oh, just leave your door open and we'll take care of it. And it's like, okay, I'm going to make that decision. So Johnny says that they drop Samantha and the children off because he has her car, remember? And then basically she leaves the door unlocked. And so on the way to go take care of Ernie, I hate to say it that way. God, Ernie, you're in my prayers. On their way, all 3 of the men actually smoke the meth. And I mean, I guess they figured like, oh, we're not going to use it to plant it, so we might as well smoke it. So they smoke the meth on the way there. And when they get there, guess what? Samantha left the door unlocked. She made the decision to leave the door unlocked, and she had told them that she would take care of it, meaning the kids, like, because Johnny had asked, what about the kids? And she had said, don't worry, I will give them something and take care of it. So who knows what she actually gave the children? I could not find that information out anywhere, but she gave the children something so that they would not wake up, and they were all sleeping in the same room, which the aunt actually said she felt was weird. But so they break into the house again. Johnny told her, if you want me to take care of him, leave your front door unlocked. So she leaves the front door unlocked for them. They come in and they pull them out of bed. They start beating poor Ernie. Ernie obviously has no idea what's going on. And they take Samantha downstairs. Now, before they tie Samantha up, this is when Samantha calls her mother and tells her that she's been tied up and that they took Ernie. And so what happened was she got to call her mama and everything before she was even tied up. So they tie her up. They bring Ernie down. Again, they have him like in front of her, taunting him with her, I guess you can say. And then they take him, and Johnny completely, he says everything. Like, I don't want to say he's like proud of it or anything, but like he just like is full disclosure, already knows that like he's there, he might as well say everything that happened. So he says that they did take Ernie and they took him to, did I write that down? I'm not sure. You see how I'm checking my notes? I don't remember. They take him, was it the woods or something? I won't say it because I'm not completely positive about it. Yeah, they end up shooting Ernie in the back of the head. And Johnny says that it was actually Jose Ponce, his brother-in-law, that shoots him in the back of the head. And he, like Johnny explains, he wanted to do it a different way. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, he is just totally vocal. He is like saying everything and anything. He is not leaving any stone unturned. And he actually, his brother-in-law tried to say that Johnny did it. But the cops at this point were like, this guy is telling the truth about everything else. So they shoot Ernie in the back of the head and leave his body there. Johnny does take the detectives to Ernie's body, and now they know that Samantha was involved in all of this. And they even, at one point, Samantha, which I don't know why she chose to do this, but while they're investigating her, she actually says like, hey, I'm sure Ernie still has his phone on him, how did Ernie, if he was sleeping in bed, how did he even know? I don't know, whatever. So she tells them that, I don't know what I'm doing at this point, that Ernie had his phone on and maybe like they can look it up. Well, they track the phone, and they know where it went and this and that, but then Samantha still had her phone on her because she was just in for questioning, and she texts, I believe it was Johnny, and says, and I quote, "Kill Ernie's phone, shut that bleep down, ditch phone." Well, later, when the detectives hear everything that Johnny says, you guys, what color do we want? I'm thinking, nope, that's going to be too black. We'll go with this one. So so after Johnny tells basically the entire story here, she, where did I pick up? The detectives, police officers, whatever, they come in and basically are like, we know you're lying. We know all of this is a joke. Like, you took part in it. He's out here saying what happened. And so they end up, and she, by the way, nope. But they end up taking, her phone and everything, and they find this text message in her phone. So girl, like, whatever. So it is found out through Johnny. He tells everything again, like I said. They do bring in Jose Ponce, his brother-in-law, the other man, Octavius Rhymes, and it's like Octavius Prime. Is that it? Is that the movie? But anyways, they do bring all of the other men in that played a role in this because, Octavius was there throughout the whole thing, and Jose Ponce was there as well. If I get any of this information wrong, I literally will edit it and put it over my screen, because the more I'm talking about it, I'm like, was it no, Octavius, I don't believe shot him. It was Jose. Yeah, because he tried to backpedal. Anyways, so they do bring everybody in. They all, They all are in trouble, basically. They in deep, oh man, I didn't tear these. In deep water. So the two men, Johnny and Jose, the brother-in-law, they plead guilty in April of 2016. So they confess, they plead guilty, and they are now serving, both of the men, it was 50 years for the murder and 50 for the kidnapping. And they can't even be eligible for parole until they serve half of that sentence. So they have to serve at least 50 years before they can even be considered for parole. Good riddance. And then Octavius, he pleaded not guilty, I believe. Am I a sucky storyteller or what? I'm just trying to. I had it all in my head, and I told myself, you know what, girl, if you keep trying to read notes and write things down, you're just gonna like, you're gonna stress yourself out. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna wing it. So I'm pretty sure he pleads not guilty, he doesn't get, let me see, he pled not guilty, and then in 2016, so the same year, not the same month, it was later in the year, I want to say September or something, I think it was, he was found guilty by the court and is now serving 93 years in prison, 23 for the kidnapping, and then 75 for the murder. So see, that's why I'm thinking maybe I think he shot Ernie. Again, I will put what it was. Sorry, you guys. And he also got charged a $10,000 fine. Now, Samantha girl, she was charged. Let me see. September 2017, Samantha was then found guilty. They had the evidence, they had the confessions of the men, they had her text messages. So she is now serving 99 years plus 50 for kidnapping, and this will be served consecutively. So I don't think your girl's getting out of prison. You know what I'm saying? I hope not. I hope not. Now, this story was so sad. A lot of people said that they think, like, even, again, I'll find the article, but they had said that they think that she wanted all of this to go down because she wanted to get famous on YouTube. She wanted to use the story to skyrocket her career on YouTube. Well, she definitely got acknowledgement. She definitely got some fame, because I have now seen, which is kind of weird because this happened, she was put away in 2017, and a lot of the articles and the videos that are being done on her have just recently been posted this year. So I don't know, like, what sparked the interest in her. I wanted to, not liked, that sounded horrible. I wanted to share the story because it was somebody on YouTube. It was sad, but Ernie got justice. They found out and they put away all of these people that were involved. And she, you know, there's just so many things about this story that, like, get me. Like, one, her children are involved. She takes her children to plan out how she's going to take care of their father, which blows my freaking mind. And it blows my mind because there is nothing in this entire world I would ever do to jeopardize losing my children or never seeing my children again. You couldn't make me do it. There's nothing in the world I would do if I knew that it meant that I would lose my children. Like, there's no way in the world I would do it. I don't care. And also the fact that she did not know these people. She didn't know these people. This guy, Johnny, she literally just met him. She just met him. She didn't know any of his friends that and his family that he brought along for the journey. She met him in the hospital room, and to the guy Johnny and these men that did this, did I try that? I don't know. They didn't know her. So why would they risk their entire life for this woman? You know what I'm like? I can't fathom why they would risk their life. They're going to prison for life. They made the conscious choice to murder this man that they did not know, that they didn't know their story. She could have been lying. There's just so much that they didn't know, and they just chose to kind of, I guess, believe her. And I don't know, it just is all so confusing. Where's my other one? Oh, there it is. To me, that these people that don't know each other would come together, they would plan this murder, they would risk everything. And for what? For what? To end up in prison? Why did Samantha want to kill her husband? There's so many questions. Let me know what you guys think down in the description box of this story, because I just think it's odd. But and I'm not saying this about the murder, just their relationship, that you don't know what happens behind closed doors or what they were going through. But anything that you go through is not worth murder at all. So her mother does have her children. They did an interview on Oxygen, which I will leave the YouTube link for that down in the description box. And her mother, like I said that she took those babies that night, and she's had them ever since. And that, she says that she misses her son-in-law. And it's a tragedy. Now those babies literally, I'm just wiping that on the floor. They don't have their mother. They don't have their father. And I'm just over what? Over what? And you guys, dude, I just have to say, I'm trying to look up this chick on, Google or whatever. And this pops up. I'm going to put it right here for you. And I was like, are you kidding me? They have online dating in prison. It's a thing. It's a thing. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? And there's crazy people out there, because you guys know all of those of you that watch Murder Mystery, the people that are all about the men and women that are in there for murder, that they send mail to and stuff like that. I'm like, you realize she plotted to kill her husband and you want to send her mail? Weird. So, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this murder mystery. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just knew that it was something I was passionate about, that I've been obsessing over lately. Seriously, even my husband at this point knows Bailey Sarian. He knows that he laughs at her jokes. It's because I can't stop watching. I can't stop watching. And I just knew that I wanted to do something. Obviously, I don't know how to do makeup. And I tried, but I'm like, how is this going? And I just know that there's people that love the true crime, but they don't necessarily love makeup. And for me, Bailey's the only one that I'll watch that does makeup. And then other people, I don't like just watching somebody talk. I don't know why that's weird to me, but I don't. I want to watch them doing something. So I was like, maybe maybe there's people out there like my crafters, my amazing crafters that love true crime and they want to watch crafting at the same time, even though I feel like you couldn't even see anything I was doing. But if we continue to do this, maybe I could get better. Who knows? But we will see how this video goes. I am almost done here. I don't think for the first time I did bad with like almost an hour, because I mean, I was crafting, I was talking. So I'm really nervous what you guys are gonna think about this. And again, you guys, let me know down in the comments what you think. Again, I will leave any videos that I've watched about it down in the description box. I will leave her, I seriously don't even want to like leave her YouTube link, because you guys can find it yourself. I just don't even want to give her the pleasure of like me saying like, oh, go check out her channel. You guys can find her channel on your own. And you will be really shocked, because there's a lot of content on there, which is kind of crazy, because I mean, a lot of these people that you look up for like true crime, you're just reading about them. You don't get to Sammy. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so this is supposed to say haunted house, and like that's the H, you know? But for house, I actually put the H on the house still. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to take this off, and then I'll put like, I don't know, like a spider or something there to kind of fix my boo-boo. That's what I'm gonna do. I forgot what I was saying. Dang it. What was I saying? I don't know. I was saying something. That I would leave the links down below. Hopefully I do everything when posting this right, so I don't get like copyrighted or in trouble. I don't know how others do it. I didn't curse or anything. I think that's the only part I'm nervous about, is like posting it and like getting in trouble for talking about real people, you know? But my heart goes out to the families that lost a son, a son-in-law, a father, a daughter. You know, it wasn't their choice. Their daughter made these decisions, so they also lost people. Their children lost a mother because of her horrible decisions, and that's freaking horrible. And okay, you guys, so I'm gonna finish this off. And you know what, for those of you, all of you that stuck around till now, anybody that comments and leaves a like is gonna be entered into winning this DIY. I wanna gift it to you guys just to say thank you, or gift it to one lucky winner. I'm sorry, I couldn't make a million of these, you guys. Not like a million people would watch, you know what I'm saying. But I just wanted to say thank you for taking the time and like watching this and seeing what it's all about and supporting me on all my wacky adventures that I take. I knew I had to put it out there into the world because it's something I was passionate about. And I knew if I never tried it, I would always think, what if? And that is just not my personality. I am the type of person, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try it out. If it doesn't work, at least I can say that I tried it, and that's what it's all about. That's what I want to teach my kids, right? So you guys, thank you for spending your time with me today. Thank you for always supporting me in my new ventures and in my channel. I appreciate you all so very much. Again, to enter to win this gift, please, I'm sorry, but US resident, 18 and over, and then drop a comment, like, and make sure you are subscribed. And if you guys want to, this is a different video, so if you want to share it, I would I thought that was a bug, appreciate it. Share it on those, like, you know, crafting groups and things like that. Get the word out there. Crafting, crime, and crafting. Crime and crafting, crime and crafting with Unicorn Dust Designs. Unicorn Dust Designs. Bailey, there's my theme song. Probably won't remember it. Okay, you guys. Thank you for being here. Bye.